Welcome to the Rink Report, which is being brought to you by Telhio Credit Union. I'm Bob McElligott alongside of Jody Shelley, and tonight is our final 20th anniversary celebration night of the year. This one is brought to you by Nationwide. Jody, we knew it was going to be a strange season just with the way it was all set up due to COVID, celebrating 20 years within this shortened schedule, but it's also hard to believe that the last celebration night that takes place with a game is happening already.
You know what? It's hard to believe it's been 20 years already, Bob. But yeah, it's all kind of wrapped up in one. And boy, there have been some great moments and some great players come through this organization, some real personalities. So 20 years ago, that first season was wrapping up, and here the Blue Jackets are in this strange season, looking to improve in the offseason. But yeah, 3 to go, including tonight.
And Rick Nash is the celebrated player tonight. You'll hear from him during one of the intermissions here this evening. All right, let's get to this game. The last game of the year against the Nashville Predators. So the Predators get the overtime win 2 nights ago. We talked about it afterward, Jody. That was a loss, but there was a big victory in that game, especially for Emil Bemstrom. He gets his first NHL hat trick. It's a natural hat trick, and his first 3 goals of the year. So if you're looking to build upon something, especially for that player, there it is right there.
Yeah, and I'll go back to the Rick Nash night. I mean, this is a big night. Rick Nash, the highest pick this franchise has ever had. He leads a lot of those categories. He earned a lot of points, and he left his mark here. So that's a great thing that they're honoring him here tonight in this 20-year reflective night. And Bemstrom, wow, let's go to the other end of the spectrum here, because Bemstrom's a player that we've been waiting on. And, he's a guy that comes in and you could just a feel-good moment. I thought there was a feel-good moment last week when Elvis got that shutout victory after the team was on a big slide, couldn't get any grip on anything. And that really felt good to see the guys relax, the head coach and the coaching staff have fun. And I felt it was the same kind of feel around Bemstrom, who had 3 good looks the other night. First one is a nice deflection up high. He bats in a rebound, and then he gets a shot on 2 screens that go past Saros. So good for him. Maybe he carries that into the rest of the season.
I guess the question is, whose night will it be tonight?
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think that's very important. As a player in a year like this, you don't want to just run it out. You want to end on a high note. You want to feel that bounce in your step when you head into the offseason, because this is the time you train for. You train for the regular season and into the playoffs. And right now you're finishing out the regular season, but all you have to look forward to is off time, training camp, regular season, throw a preseason in there, and then the fight to get back in the playoffs. So when you're in it and you can collect points, I think it's time for it's definitely the team game that they've found, Bob, but the personal points, the personal messages to yourself, I think that's what this is for. Let's see Atkinson and Roslovic and Domi and Line feel good about themselves, all those guys, as they leave Nationwide Arena. Who's it going to be? You tell me, Bob.
I think Cam Atkinson. He's been sitting on 399 points for quite a while now. I think it's time for him to hit the milestone. What do you think?
Excellent. I like it. I go back to the first game that fans were allowed back here in Nationwide Arena. Cam Atkinson, he scored the first goal that night, and he celebrated by pointing to the fans in the stands. And it was kind of one of those moments that you look back at and really summed up this season, because he was so appreciative of having 10% of the fans in the building. He scored a big goal, and that's how much it meant to him. So let's see him do that again here tonight. That big smile, we love it here in Columbus.
All right, let's talk about Nashville right now. That second point that they got the other night really helped them out in the playoff race. Roman Josi scored it. When I think about the Nashville Predators, there's so many guys that should have big offensive upside. Ryan Johansson, Matt Duchene, Philip Forsberg. You look at their numbers, all of them are kind of mediocre. But Roman Josi, he's the captain of that team. He put that team on his back. He wound up with a pair of goals in that game. I think he's one of those under-the-radar kind of guys. Not in Nashville. They love him, and that's why he is the captain. That's why he's got big money there. But you better pay attention to this guy every time he's on the ice.
You know what I think about Roman Josi is I think he cleans up a little bit of the carelessness for the Nashville Predators. That's a team that had a 3-0 lead going into the third period, and they got very lackadaisical in just some areas of the game, some of the important areas. And I look at Roman Josi, he's got a chance in overtime. He doesn't put it wide. He doesn't put it over the net. He shoots it perfectly in the top shelf. He's a clutch person. He's a good leader, and he's got a massive responsibility in Nashville, because there are some guys that get casual and things get too good. And when that happens, you got to have a leader like Josi to lead the way. So very dangerous. He gets it done when he can, and he does it a lot. So you'll see him all up in the play, like every good defenseman. He's a guy that's got a great sense of the game, and I think he is the leader who spends a lot of time pinning up for a lot of things there in Nashville on the ice.
Yeah, and that's why you see him on the ice a lot. He gets a lot of ice time each and every game. Final matchup of the year between the Blue Jackets and the Nashville Predators just about to get underway. That'll do it for the Rink Report. It's been brought to you by Tel Ohio Credit Union. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.